The 10-minute drill.
This is a big one.
Covered by Universal Roof and Contracting. The difference is universal.
On 1010XL.
Let's go, let's go, let's go.
Hit it.
All right. Let's go. Sports concepts and rationalizations coming your way. We call it the 10-minute drill. At the end, we'll hand out a Father's Day prize pack. Beef will tell you the prizes in just a little bit. So stay tuned. It is a forgotten holiday, and it's forgotten coming up on us fast with the final round of the RBC Heritage, a great tradition in golf, on Sunday.
I have always watched Harbour Town. It typically comes up the week after the Masters.
I mean, it's just supposed to be the U.S. Open is all.
Oh, I see.
Yeah. Brian Baldinger was on with the boys from the Lunch Bunch and tried to spin some positive news for the Jags. But I'm having a hard time seeing it. I don't see it. So help me. I think the one thing we can say is I don't think the AFC South, despite their playoff victories the last few years, looks to be too daunting. And I think each team has some question marks going in. Like, for example, I think the Indianapolis Colts, I think, have the most talented roster in the AFC South. It all depends on Phillip, though. Where's Phillip at? Now, Phillip is playing behind this may be the best offensive line Phillip's ever played behind.
Yeah, riddle me this, too. What?
Yes, I'll riddle you.
Other than Andrew Luck stepping away, what, what did the Colts run into last year? I mean, why were they so bad? Colts were bad. They weren't okay. They were a bad team. They got shellacked by this team here at the end of the year.
Yeah, but that didn't much.
They almost lost to the Jags up there. They were sub 500. I don't what Phillip Rivers is going to take them from sub 500 to 10-6 and winning the division.
Yeah.
See, I don't agree with that. I don't know for sure. I'm not saying the Colts can't do that. And by the time we come around to making picks, maybe I'll pick them.
Yeah.
But I just don't consider them better than the Titans and the Texans.
That's fine, but I don't think that I think 7-9 with a backup quarterback ain't awful.
But they also didn't have an awful backup quarterback. Jacoby Brissett would have been
okay. I think we learned that Jacoby Brissett maybe is not a you want a top 10 quarterback or top 15 quarterback. He ain't.
No.
Well, then
other teams
if you're not at 15th,
either is Eli.
If you're not at 15th with a quarterback, you're not going to go. Then 15 is average, which is 8-8, which is where you want to be, and they were 7-9. I mean, it's simple.
I'll give you an example. The Jags had the 30th quarterback and went to the championship game because of all the other talent. They had talent. Where's that talent?
It's not sustainable.
Yeah, who's scaring me on there? I also I'm a little wary when I get a lot of the predictions about the Colts revolving around rookies. I mean, they're talking about Jonathan Taylor like he's a returning 1,300-yard rusher.
Yeah,
and he might be that. He might change the narrative for him, but we'll see.
They got a lot of young talent.
Yeah, they do.
Didn't they trade for Buckner?
Yeah.
I mean, that's a nice pickup. That linebacker they've had there a couple years, good player. They've added some receivers in the draft.
Michael Pittman
you mentioned
Jr.
Jonathan Taylor.
They got 3 backs. They ran it okay with Mack
They
and
still have
Hines.
T.Y. and
T.Y.'s been hurt, so.
And the kid from Ohio State, Campbell. I mean, it's a pretty good roster, man. I mean,
no, I know it is,
yeah.
but it's a roster that went 7-9. I guess that's what I just don't. So the rookies and Phillip, I guess, they'll give you enough. And look, they're not behind the Titans and the Texans, despite being 7-9 last year. That speaks something for this pitiful division.
And that's right. So anyway, we're looking at the division here just to try to up the Jags' chance, and then the Titans. I think the Titans' problem is going to be a quarterback. I'm not convinced on Ryan Tannehill, so that remains to be seen. I think if
you're a Titans fan, you better not be saying that. They committed to him.
I think that's. I don't know. I don't like that move. And in fairness, he's been much better than, our guy that we committed to, but we didn't commit that kind of money. They throwed him big time franchise quarterback money. They're like you said, they are on board with you are our guy. And so we'll see. And maybe he will be. Maybe he can continue to play at that level. I'd be willing to make a dime bet. There's no way Ryan Tannehill has the type of season he had last year.
Boy, wasn't that great of a season, Dan.
Oh, it was unbelievable. I don't know what you're looking at. He was. I don't know what you're.
He was a lot better than what they'd had. But.
Huh? I mean, he was like his quarterback rating was one of the best in the league.
No, for sure.
It was a great regular season. I mean, he was now in the playoffs they went total ground and pound.
Yeah.
So that was different. But during the regular season, Ryan Tannehill.
The question you really have to ask for a quarterback.
Ryan Tannehill, if I'm not mistaken, correct me if I'm wrong here. Didn't he beat the Chiefs in Tennessee in a shootout?
I believe you're correct.
It's just maybe I'm just.
He had the best.
28th in passing yards, I guess is my point. We don't know how good he is because they haven't had to count on him.
28 in passing yards, all you want. He had the best rating in the NFL.
But when you're 28th in passing yards, you don't have I don't know what you're going to be when we need you. Well, I needed you in Kansas City, and you were nowhere to be found. So
again, you reference regular season, not postseason.
In that 35-32 win over the Chiefs, Tannehill was 13 of 19 for 181, 2 touchdowns.
Yeah.
133 rating.
Yeah.
Talk to me about Tannehill.
70% of his passes, et cetera, et cetera. And again, if you go back and look at his stats, they're better than you think, and they have been throughout his career. He just hasn't won. Well, last year he won, and so
the
Tennessee
passer
bought
rating
into him.
is, but the production numbers are not, and they've never been there for him. He's not a high touchdown. He's not a high yardage.
He had like a 20.
He's 22-6, dude. He
had other years.
He had a David Garrard year last year.
He threw 24, 27, and 24. That's not fair.
Last year is fair.
No, what I'm saying is you're saying like that's his best year. That's not. He's had a 27 touchdown pass season with 12 picks. That's a pretty good year. He's thrown for 4,000 plus 4,000 yards twice and over 3,900 one other time. So basically 3 times.
He's fine.
He's better than he's better than we think statistically. Is all I'm saying. And I'm not sold on him, by the way. I'm not sitting here telling you.
Well, you should be his agent then, because once you get sold on him, you'll get him $1 trillion.
Well, if he needs me, I'll I get 10%.
You're there for him?
Yeah.
I don't think Ryan Tannehill's terrible. I think that if they did,
I wouldn't have paid him like they paid him.
Right. Well, there's a lot of quarterbacks, Dan, that if they lost their running back, you don't think that that's it for them. If the Titans lose Derrick Henry, they ain't beating anybody. They're not winning anything. They'll win 6 games if they can't hand it to him. And even the big games now, granted, there's still a skill in that. I mean, in not losing football games and being productive enough to win games. You complete 70% of your passes, you know how to throw the ball.
And then there's the Texans, a team you sort of like, I think. I'm more of a Colts guy. You're a Texans guy in terms of.
I like Deshaun Watson.
Yeah.
So I'm a quarterback guy.
Yeah.
The Texans have the best quarterback in the division by a long gap.
And they were 10-6 a year ago, but they did lose DeAndre Hopkins. I think that's gonna be tough for them.
I do too, and I don't. They seem to count a lot on the Will Fullers and Kenny Stills of the world. I don't know if I believe in them.
Did they not? They added David Johnson and lost Carlos Hyde. Carlos Hyde was good for him last year, right?
Yeah, they need David Johnson to be that guy he was 2 years ago.
Yeah,
which they need him because he wasn't. What's amazing about Johnson is you'll see injuries derail running back careers if they're below the waist, but he had like a broken wrist and hasn't come back statistically. His first year back, 2018, he was actually pretty productive, but last year, you get beat up by Kenyon Drake.
Right.
I got a problem.
Yeah.
Kenyon Drake, by the way, the genius Bill O'Brien probably could have got him from Miami when he was plucking every player they had for nothing.
Yeah.
The most impressive stat for Ryan Tannehill, because it goes along with that 70% completion percentage, is that, and this is undeniably strong, number 1 yards per attempt guy in the league.
Downfield.
Yeah, 9.6 yards. That's a full yard ahead of Matthew Stafford. And just to give, Patrick Mahomes, 8.3 yards down. So he's not throwing downfield as successfully and often as Tannehill. Tannehill's passer rating, you said, was number 1 in the league. His QBR, more like, it was more like another Ryan Fitzpatrick when it came to QBR. But
yeah. Deshaun Watson threw it 500 times last year, 67%, 25 and 12. He was good. He had a good. Deshaun Watson has done a nice job.
Well, if you had a draft right now of AFC South quarterbacks, it would be him every time. So he's a winner. He's a champion. He's multifaceted.
We went from what we thought was a really good, and we were wrong, by the way, if you go back and think Deshaun Watson, Marcus Mariota, Andrew Luck.
And Bortles improving.
Yeah.
And then just like that, they're all gone except for Deshaun.
They're all gone. Deshaun Watson stands tall and
but
still.
Tannehill and Rivers are both good, and here are the Jags wondering.
They are good.
Like everyone in that division knows they have a better quarterback. Well, you don't have better than Andrew
This will be a great test for Watson because one thing about Deshaun Watson, he's a winner.
That's what I mean.
He's a winner, and so Even as he's 24-13 as a starter in the NFL, which is pretty doggone good.
If he had a defense, he'd have been in the Super Bowl last year.
Well, I don't know if they beat the Chiefs.
24-3 they're up, dude. 24-0.
What'd they end up scoring?
They
What was the final?
Like 45-31 or something.
Yeah.
I mean, come on, man. You're up 24-0. I mean, if this
Yeah,
were our team,
I'm blaming
the defense 100%. You look at a 24-0 lead.
Keep scoring.
What do you want to score, Hick? 50?
Yeah, you're playing the Chiefs. Yeah, Chiefs did that against pretty much everybody. But with that said, not a lot of draft picks. They signed Laramie Tunsil. It'll be interesting to see what Houston does. And Bill O'Brien, if it goes south quick, because he's not exactly beloved, they'll run him out quick.
Yeah,
I would think.
He's
But anyway, that's why you try to find some optimism with the Jags. But then you go to the Jags, and is there enough talent on this team to win? I don't think so. Do you?
Who does? No one does.
Yeah.
They will be the pick. I mean, they're 32nd in every power poll.
Yeah.
They're the lowest in the over/under, and there's a reason for all that. It's not abject hate for Jacksonville.
Baldy was on the Lunch Bunch, and he said, hey, they have a lot of talent on that football team.
Well, there is talent. I mean,
All right.
I guess
a lot of talent?
Well, it depends on what a lot means.
Talent?
Yeah.
Is there a lot of talent? Comparatively to the rest of the NFL, there's not a lot of talent.
They have a top 10 running back. Mm-hmm. There's a lot of teams that don't have that. So there's a talent point to begin. They had two guys on the first team all rookie last year with Taylor and Allen. So that's a lot of talent. A lot of people, what we think aside, think Miles Jack's a very talented football player. They do. Because people around the league look at things like tackles.
Well, I don't know. Comparatively speaking, a lot of talent. I don't know that they have a lot of talent on this football team.
Well, I'm not sitting here arguing that they're talented. You can't have, quote, a lot of talent and be everyone's pick to be the worst.
You have a lot of talent because they're NFL players, yeah. But are they, when you start going, are they top 20 at this position, at this position, at this position? The answer is going to be no, generally speaking. So anyway, that's why I don't get it too hyped up. And obviously we judge the results the last 2 years, and that hasn't been very good. And are they – we know this, Jeff Prosser, they're not more talented right now than they were 1 year ago going into 2019, are they?
You wouldn't think. It would be hard to imagine. I mean, I don't know. You can't say 100% no, but you wouldn't think.
I mean,
C.J. Henderson has to be Jalen Ramsey. I mean, does anyone think that? No, but they're taking like 2 spots apart in the draft. There's the same draft day, thinking about it. I mean, it seems in hindsight, it's easy to look at Jalen Ramsey as a draft day lock.
Well, is Trey Herndon A.J. Boye?
I would think not. It wasn't much worse than him last year, though.
Yeah.
The problem last year wasn't the cornerbacks. It was they couldn't stop the run.
Yeah. The problem was pretty much across the board. When you give up the kind of points and play those 5 games like you played them,
a lot of problems. There's problems from top to bottom. I mean, we're not coming across as football geniuses here, pointing out that there's some holes in the roster, and not to mention that the coaching's terrible, and the leadership of the franchise, it's run into the ground with idiotic decision making. So it's hard to win, bro.
Yeah.
Right? When you have a GM that just screws you left and right with his draft picks and his quarterback salve, and you're done. You got a gun without all the bullets. I got the Colts and the Titans. Their quiver's full of arrows. We got like one arrow trying to find the right place to point it.
Point that arrow. Do we have baseball this year? Have you changed your mind?
I'm a big talker. Do I change my mind if I think we'll have it?
Yeah.
I'm still 50-50 on that.
Yeah.
You have a silent, large group of owners who don't want to play. They're trying to somehow.
Yes or no on baseball? You change your mind?
No.
I
still think they'll
screw it up.
They're jaking us around, yeah.
They'll screw it up.
They'll screw it up somehow.
Well, you know what? If they screw it past July 17th, no one's going to care. I'm just telling you. No one's going to care. Once the NBA starts, football's going.
It would behoove them to get an agreement out quick.
It's so transparent. Or the player? I mean, maybe the players aren't dumb, and that's why they won't take it. But these owners are something else too. They'll offer you a 72-game schedule at like 80% pay, or you can play 60 game and get your full pro rate. In other words, we have a number that we're going to get to. You can slide the scale any way you want. If we play 100 games, we're only going to play 40% of your money.
I did see one little offshoot of it that we've talked about before a little bit, but I feel like it's happening, and that's the designated hitter is going to be.
Oh, yeah, it's done. Pitchers are done batting.
Which, by the way, 2 thumbs all the way up.
I also love it.
Yeah.
But, I agree with you. Beef was vocal last night. Some people were criticizing. I don't need to see pitchers hit. I don't care.
I mean, harder to get guys out.
I know, but if we're paying, $300-$400 to take our family to a baseball game, I don't want to go watch John Lester swat at a ball and jog to first.
Well, it is this standpoint. It is kind of even baseball as it's played at early ages. There's not a dead spot in the lineup. You can pinch hit for that guy. Pitchers don't bat in Little League if you don't want them to, or they can run for the catcher if you want to. So I think at the end of the day, the option for Major League Baseball to get the 9 most likely guys to get a hit to the plate in today's day and age is probably a good plan.
Yeah. I think and as National League guys, like you'll mind a whirl. I think I think every game I could think, I wish this guy was playing today, and he's not. Well, now he will be.
He helps
be
deep teams. Like your guy Dom Smith hasn't played near as much as he would have.
Cespedes.
Yeah. What's his deal?
Well,
is he healthy?
We think.
Yeah.
I think Cespedes should be playing full steam, but he can DH now, and that'd be great.
If you had to make a best guess, like what continent Cespedes is on right now, what would you say?
I think Cespedes has his cowboy outfit on, and he's down at the ranch down there in Boca.
Like Polk County somewhere?
Yeah, he's got that ranch down there it's where he was chasing that
stay
wild
away
boar.
From the boars.
Fractured his ankle, and he's probably smoking a stogie already. Probably go over to the cage at about this afternoon, get some hitting in. And
I think my guy Acuna of all the guys he reminds me of, I think Cespedes in his prime is who he reminds me of.
Yeah.
Real similar. Also got that similar
he thickens up too, because
personality.
Yeah.
Yeah. Acuna's thickening too. Could be really quick.
Could be worse guys to be than Cespedes.
That's for sure. He's a very talented guy. I didn't like seeing him come up. That's for sure.
That guy. I'm
glad he's been hurt. I hope he's hurt again this year, and you don't get him for 60.
That guy carried us,
no doubt,
to the World Series.
Well, Murphy had a little to do with it, but yeah.
Yeah. No, I mean in the regular season when we got him, we took off.
Yeah. All right. It's a Custom Tree Surgeons Thursday, gang. Best in the business. No job too big or too small. When you have issues with trees on your property, then you need to turn to CustomTreeSurgeons.com. That'll do it for the 10-minute drill. Hick, tell them what to do now.
All right, let's dial in right now at 641-1010. And if you're caller number 5 today, in honor of
high five,
you will win what, Beef?
Call number 5 right now, Dan, at 641-1010. Going to take home a selection from the 1010XL Father's Day gift guide. They'll get $25 to Tobacco Cove, $25 to Woody's Barbecue, and a cornhole beanbag kit with koozies from Mystic Cornhole. Just be caller number 5 right now at 641-1010. Doc Murphy joins us next.